Hello, chat.
Didn't feel that. No!
I need some ointment for my lips.
Oh my god.
Oh! Whoa! That'll wake you up in the morning, baby. Guys, I can tell you right now.
Guys are so
ready to release
nuts.
baseball. This is
Boys.
watermelon hail.
Doesn't look like it may not be on the ground right now, so Dick Worsham. Dude, I can't. I just can't with that name.
Oh!
10,000.
Oh
10,001. 2. It just keeps going. It's like a clock.
How are you doing tonight, Phoenix of the Gods?
Doing good.
Oh my. Not what I was expecting.
Looks like it's starting to rope out a little bit, Edgar. This is crazy. Chat. Send this stream everywhere across the internet.
At Angel Hones 927 super chatted $6.78.
New
Well
goal, a
done,
new
guys.
poll.
Love from
I can't
me.
even with this right now, guys. Like, what is this?
Brad is out front. Brad is taking a strong lead. Here comes number 7. Right at the side. Number 14. We're making a push. Number 7. Oh my God.
New goal, a new poll.
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh my God, dude.
Like, oh, okay, here we go.
Hey, who's this girl in the back, bro? She's just sitting here, just hadn't said a dang word, just staring at us. Checklist here, chat. We're
my
almost ready to roll.
Dave, hold your mic button down.
What's up?
Wait, what's your username? Hold on. Was that Lactatia?
It's Letitia.
Oh, yeah. Wait for it to drop here, chat. It's about to drop. Ready? And now, your local
3,
on the
2,
meow.
1, go!
Ah, let's get the hype going in the chat. Oh, yeah. I mean, Boat Guy. Phil, you're behind
starting.
Boat Guy. He's going to get you through this.
The following program is a production of the Stormfront Freaks Network.
Where am I? Hype's going to the chat. What is this place? It's so dark. Oh, what is that sound?
Ah! This is the Big Weather Show! Go! I'm your host, Stormcat5.
That is absolutely insane.
We're going to talk about the biggest stories in weather.
That is a massive debris ball.
And who knows what we're going to say.
Was that Lactatia?
It's Letitia.
So strap in, buckle up. The Big Weather Show starts in 10.
Count it down!
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. Now. go! Chat. TGWF. Thank God it's Wednesday. This is the Big Weather Show. Boom! And I am your host, meteorologist. That's right, I'm a meteorologist. Storm Cat 5. We're going to be looking today. Why are we even here, chat? What's on the big screen? It's snowing in the background here in the Category 5 Command Center, and we are absolutely rocking. We are rolling. I got stuff in my pocket. I don't even know why it's in my pocket, but it is. We've got a lot to talk about today. We've got a massive update. Had a huge north shift in the winter storm today, and we've got to talk about what's going to happen. What does that mean? Is there going to be more snow? Are you going to get more ice? Are you going to get more rain? Who knows? We can only find out by diving into the latest models, into the latest trends, and getting, of course, our favorite comments from the chat, our favorite pictures from the chat. It's going to be an absolute banger today here live on the stream. We've got Kyle backstage, Kyle's going to be helping us. Kyle's my meteorologist friend from college. That's right. We got 2 meteorologists on this stream. He's going to be helping me identify some of the trends, some of the models, because the 18Z models are just now starting to roll out. Let's see who we got checking in the chat right now. The regulars. We got a lot of regulars checking in the chat. I'm here in the Category 5 Command Center. Tell me where you are checking in from. What city? What state? What area? We got Kelsey. Who else? Tuxedo. Fuzzy. Darren. Kara. Checking in. Lisa Peterson. Bangers and Mash. Sprinkles. Tuxedo Oreo, check it in right now. Let's see where you're checking in from. Right now, tell me the city and state. This will help me personalize the forecast that I give throughout the show. As always, it's important as we do this stream, continue to hydrate yourselves, my brethren, because we are packing in for a long week. We got Philly, we got Ohio, we got Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Turnover Falls, Massachusetts. Ooh, Timothy. That's going to be an interesting one. Also, Barb Mac is in the United Kingdom. Some bangers and mash. We got Indianapolis. Oh, yeah, in the house. Houston, Texas. Buckeye. Clay Fan. My goodness. That's going to be interesting. Ooh, make sure you stay hydrated throughout the show, chat. Wow, Tulsa. We got someone checking in from Tulsa. In Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas City. We got people from all across the country and all across the world. Tell you what, chat, this is going to be quite the show. This is going to be quite the show. Want to know why? Because we've got this winter storm to talk about. That's right. Look at the headline on the bottom of the screen. A massive winter storm is coming. You guys know that. We talked about this yesterday. Okay. This storm, if it's your first time watching this stream, have it at. Just join the channel. W. If it's your first time watching this stream and you didn't watch yesterday, let me just recap what we got coming. We've got a blockbuster. If your head's been buried in the sand.
33 super chatted
oh my.
$4.99. I am paying you to wear a green shirt. Do not disappoint. Also, Alpha Omega smells like boo boo. Wear a green shirt. Beaver, 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 beaver.
Oh, chat, we got to remember this comment. This is up there. This was an all-timer. People just putting 4 beavers at the end was what did it for me. I don't even know what that means. Okay, W's in chat for R. Peterson, who got the donos off on an epic foot. Okay, let's... I can't stop. Bro, you're killing me. You got me off my rhythm. This is crazy. Oh, that's right. I'm Ruts. Brother, I'm Ruts. Severe, okay. I'm Ruts, severe diarrhea. Okay, so if you didn't watch yesterday and you had your head buried in the sand, we've got a winter storm coming. A big one. And I am not exaggerating when I tell you
this winter storm will be the biggest one we've seen in years. Okay. Now, we really haven't had that many winter storms recently. So whatever. But this winter storm that we're looking at is going to be one of the biggest and most widespread that we've seen in a couple of years. It's all going to start Friday night. This is Friday night. And you're like, this doesn't really look that bad. We've got some ice. We've got some snow in Kansas City. We've got some ice here in Texas. But things are going to quickly go downhill Friday night. You can see this is Friday at 10 p.m., which is 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Central. And then as we go into Saturday morning, this storm gets going in a big way. Now, we're going to talk about this trend because, the European and other models have had massive shifts to the north today. They've kind of, in the past couple runs, though, they've kind of stopped shifting and kind of settled in. So I'm going to show you all of those trends. So keep in mind what we're looking at to the right here. This is just an example. And, there's going to be changes. But Saturday, during the day, our storm is going to get going. If you're on the plains, if you're in Oklahoma, if you're in Texas, if you're in Arkansas, if you're in Missouri even, Saturday is your big day. That's the big day for you guys here in the plains. And you're going to have widespread, heavy precipitation ongoing. This is going to be wave number 1. If you watched my forecast earlier, this storm's going to come in 2 waves. This is wave number 1. Say it with me, chat. Wave number 1. Kyle, say it with me. Kyle's chalked. Kyle is actually chalked.
Wave number 1, baby.
Thank you. Wave number 1. Okay. So as we go throughout the night, Saturday, this is Saturday, 7 p.m. Look how big of a precip shield this is. Let me go to the GFS. Let me go to the latest GFS because I'll show you this. I think this is a little bit more accurate of what it's going to look like. There's 2 waves. This is wave number 1 here. And by the time we get to Saturday night, wave number 1 is going to be in the Northeast. So you see here, we'll have snow ongoing potentially in Kentucky, in Virginia, freezing rain ongoing in Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, the North and South Carolina. Both areas are going to have freezing precipitation on Saturday night. But then look, back in Texas, freezing precipitation and snow and freezing rain and sleet started Friday night. It's still ongoing in Texas on Saturday at 10 p.m. This is what I mean by long duration event. As we go into Saturday night, check this out. Here's wave number 2, right in there. Oklahoma, Dallas, Sunday morning, you still have freezing rain, snow, and sleet ongoing in Dallas on Sunday morning. That's almost 48 hours, if my math is correct. 1, 2, 48, it's correct. Welcome to the stream, Brother Kevin. So, Sunday morning. But by the time we get to Sunday morning, look at this. Wave number 1, which is right here, and wave number 2 have merged into a mega wave. This is wave number 3. It's one mega wave. It's one mega storm system. And at any one point, we talked about this yesterday. At any one point, our storm, look at this. This is crazy. Could be 2,000 miles long. From the Atlantic Ocean all the way down to Mexico. You could have heavy snow ongoing. Are you kidding me? That is insane. So that's how big this storm is going to be. And Sunday, during the day, we're going to continue to see the storm move east. This is Sunday at noon. Noon on Sunday. We still could have snow ongoing in Dallas. Are you kidding me? Arkansas could still have snow ongoing. In the South, the Southeast, where a lot of the freezing rain is going to fall, you still will have freezing rain, potentially some snow, some sleet, all mixing in on Sunday at noon. The storm's not going to be gone until Sunday night. Are you kidding me? This is a Friday evening to Sunday overnight to Monday morning storm system. That's what we mean by when we say long duration. Okay, normally winter storms do not last this long. They just don't. They last a day, maybe day and a half. For a storm to last basically 3 days, that's crazy. So watch, Monday. Our storm is still ongoing in the Northeast. Sunday night into Monday. This is going to be our big day here for the Northeast. Our Northeast brethren who have been absolutely starved for snow could get on the snow action. Finally, we could be talking about in New York City, in Boston, in Pennsylvania. Notice how I said Boston. We could be talking about close to a foot. We're talking about double-digit snow totals here along the East Coast. And this is something that we haven't seen in a long time, guys. I'm telling you. They have not gotten a good storm system. Do we have any East Coast brother in the chat that can vouch for me? Help me out, East Coast brother. But I'm telling you, it's been a long time. So as we go throughout the day, Sunday into Monday, our storm's really going to be ramping up. And then it'll move off the coast finally. Monday morning, after dropping a icy, freezing mess across most of the eastern United States, finally going to move out. We got Scott Springarm, New Jersey here, and nothing. That's right. We got a New Jersey brethren joining us over on Facebook, and he says they've got absolutely nothing. Well, I'm telling you right now, for our New Jersey brethren, this storm is going to be a different animal. I think we're going to have to watch the trends, but right now, a lot of the models have the East Coast getting a walloping of snow. Okay. Oh my goodness. Looks like we got someone backstage here. Let's bring in Dan Wallace. Agent Dan, welcome to the stream, brother.
Hi, thank you. How are you?
Guys, let's hear it for Agent Dan, okay? Let's give Agent Dan some massive love here. Dan, welcome to the stream. How are you feeling today, by the way?
I'm fair to partly cloudy. How are you?
Oh, Dan, it gets me every time. Okay. It gets me every time, chat. It really does. Dan, my question to you is, what are the people in Dallas, because Dan is in Dallas, right? Agent Dan, he's a storm chaser. He is an epic. He knows so much about weather. It's not even funny. My question to you, Dan, is what are the people of Texas feeling right now? Because not so long ago, 2021, now, I don't want to get ahead of myself here and say 2020 is going to happen again, but the closest analog here is 2021. And, there's a lot of people that are they're just not feeling great about this storm in Texas. Have you heard anything in Texas? What are people saying?
Well, a lot of folks are concerned about, the upcoming weekend, and, folks are already making preparations. They're going to the store to grab, some of the necessities. We certainly hope it's nothing like 2021 because we had rolling blackouts. There were numerous deaths in Texas due to the cold and the exposure. So definitely don't want that again.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Dan. And if you look at this, this is temperatures. This is just kind of showing you guys. You guys have been hearing me talk about this for a long time here. These are temperatures today. So pretty mild day across the United States, right? I went out to Ohio. I ran outside today in Ohio. It was a little chilly, but it was like a thaw today here in Ohio. In the South, we had temperatures in the 60s and 70s, right? In Florida, temperatures in the 70s. In Texas, temperatures in the 70s. Watch what's going to happen, though. This is on top of our winter storm. Look at this. Look at this. Just, oh my goodness. Let me zoom out and show you here. Let me just put this in motion because this is quite unbelievable. Look at the polar vortex. That right there, this scary ball coming down from Canada, that's the polar vortex. And it is going to work its way. Look at this. Look at this spin. This is so cool. The Midwest, going to be absolutely frozen here. But if you look at this cold, once again, all of that cold is going to move right towards Texas, right towards the southeast coast, right towards, kind of the heart of the South here. And this is why we've got frozen precipitation down there.
Alpha super chatted $5. Send feet of snow to Western PA, my beaver loving brethren.
Okay. The chat is starting things off on a chalk note. W's in chat to brother Intel Alpha, who wants us to send snow to Western Pennsylvania. Dan, let's kind of milk our government contacts here and see if we can get some snow sent to Western Pennsylvania.
How many truckloads?
How many truckloads? That's a good question. So this is the cold. So Dan, I mean, people down there, on top of everything that's going to happen in Texas, after the storm moves through, you're going to have days of cold. This is Sunday, going into Monday. Look at this. Monday morning, you're going to wake up with temperatures in the single digits. This is Monday at 9 a.m. Dallas, 5. Lubbock, 10. Oklahoma City, 17. Houston, 28. I mean, we're talking about below freezing in Texas. And, this isn't quite on the same, level of scale as the previous event in 2021, but these temperatures are pretty close. I mean, very, very close in terms of Monday. If you wake up with power outages, that's going to be a problem because Monday is going to be frigid. Going into Tuesday, things do get a little bit colder or a little bit warmer still. Tuesday, your highs are only, right around freezing in Dallas. And then in Houston, only in the 50s. So Houston, they'll warm up pretty quickly, but central and northern Texas are going to stay cold through at least Tuesday, even into Wednesday, barely get above freezing here. So that
Absolutely.
Dan, I'm just hoping people are kind of aware, they're ready for this. I'm hoping people are taking it seriously. Do you think people are?
I think they are, especially if folks mention 2021 and if there are any similarities that could occur. We'll know much closer. We'll know probably Friday, Thursday night, Friday, how things are looking.
Yeah, I would agree. I would completely agree with that. Kyle, would you agree with that too?
Oh yeah, 100% by Friday for Texas. Definitely. Pretty much be locked down what's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. And I think people in Texas are starting to take it seriously. So what was the big shift, right? Because guys, we've been talking about, I've been teasing it, right? The best hosts know how to tease something. You just got to tease people and draw them in. But let me go ahead and tell you what this shift was. Let's look at the last several runs of the GFS here, because this will basically show you the shifts that we've experienced. So let's go all the way back to yesterday. This was yesterday at, actually, let's go back even further here. This was 120 at 06Z. So this was what? About a day ago. Notice how if we look at this model, the primary axis of snow was down here, was way far down into the south. I mean, we were talking about Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas, even as far south as Mexico, Odessa, Texas, where we've been storm chasing several times. We were talking about that axis of heavy snow being all the way far down there in places like Ohio, Indianapolis, Pennsylvania, the East Coast, getting absolutely nothing. Watch how this has changed. So this was yesterday. This is even further south of a shift. Look at this. This was the 12Z run. So about 24 hours ago, yesterday, we had this run of the GFS. And it was so far south. I mean, there were basically no snow in Kentucky or other areas. I mean, it's crazy. Now watch what happened. This is 18Z, so yesterday evening. I don't know what, my Twitter's going off. 18Z yesterday evening. Look at that shift, okay? Here's 12Z. 18Z, big shift north. Here's 0Z last night. Another big shift to the north. 6Z, another shift to the north. 12Z, a huge shift to the north. Let me show you here, right there, between 12Z and 18Z. There's yesterday evening. There's today. There's today around midday. So a huge northern trend. This is one model, but this trend was on all of the models. The European, north. The GFS, north. The European Ensemble, north. The GFS Ensemble, also north. So this trend, if we take a look at the Euro, I'll show you here. This was 060 yesterday. So once again, south. had the deep south. You know, you did have some snow working its way up into Ohio. So the Euro was kind of on this before the GFS. Of course, King Euro is always going to be on this. This was yesterday. This was 18Z 2 days ago. Watch what happens. Look at this shift. Big time shift. South, north. Look how far that shifted. This was 2 days ago. This is now today. This was 06Z today. This was 12Z today. So the Euro is starting to lock in on the snow. Now, this is such a big deal. Why is this a big deal? Actually, you can see when you look at the snow totals. Watch this. Let's take a look at the snow totals here. This is one model. So this was snow totals from 2 days ago. Snow totals from a day and a half ago. Snow totals from yesterday night. Snow totals from yesterday evening. Snow totals from last night. Snow totals from this morning. And then finally, snow totals from around lunchtime. So if you put this in motion here, watch. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that north trend. Huge, huge shift to the north here. And now we're talking about snow totals, big snow in places like Missouri, Kansas, Illinois, Indiana, southern parts of those states, Ohio, southern Ohio as well, Pennsylvania, and now our East Coast brethren, which a couple of days ago, look, we're going to get nothing. Now could potentially get 6, 7, maybe 8, 9, 10 inches of snow or more. And that's really that big north trend. And that just happened today. That literally, if you were following on Twitter, you saw that happen live. But that was just today that trend happened. Kyle, have you noticed any other trends in the latest models? So Kyle's been tracking a lot of the models, you know, the 18Z models, and seeing, has there been any shifts since today, you know, since this morning? Have the models kind of calmed down on some of the shifts? Is there any like outliers you're seeing?
I feel like they've calmed down on the magnitude of shifts, and the GFS definitely is an outlier, probably 100 miles south of anything else.
Yeah, and that's a good call, because looking at the 18Z GFS, this thing has actually shifted a bit further south, which here's the 18Z GFS. Let's compare models here. Here's the 18Z GFS. You can see between the 12Z run, which was run around noon today, this was that big shift south, just between those two runs. So that just, you know, this is probably the outlier at this point, and this one still has pretty big snow for the East Coast, but the axis of heavy snow is much further south than every other model. And it's very interesting because these trends, these shifts are going to continue to happen. But I think, I just have a feeling, guys, that what we saw, that north trend, was the system, was the models getting a better handle. Because when you look at when you look at models, once a model starts getting within 100 hours of an event, especially when it gets within 80 hours of an event, it really starts to lock in. It starts to lock in a huge, huge way. And that's what's starting to happen with these models, is they're starting to dial in. You know, it's like going to a shooting range or an archery range, and you've got someone that's just firing arrows everywhere. He's missing the target. He's totally chalked. And then you got a dead eye, you know, that's just boom, bullseye, bullseye. Maybe hits the 10 or 15, but he's hitting it really close. He's dialed in. That's what's happening in these weather models. They're starting to dial in, especially the Euro. And the Euro just does this all the time, where it kind of is ahead of the curve, and then the models correct to it, and then the Euro ends up being right. That's right, Sprinkles. Lock in. Chat, if you do have any questions as we stream, let me know in chat. I'll be sure to hit them. Because we got a lot of people in chat that are wondering, how much snow are you going to get? And we're going to get to that in just a second. I'm going to show you what my best guess is right now in terms of where the heaviest snow is going to fall, where the heaviest ice is going to fall. We haven't even talked about that. Amanda's doing good in chat. Make sure you vote on the polls. Have you heard of the North Shift today? 79% of the chat said yes, they have heard. 11% said no. Well, now you have. 11% said it's chalked. New poll coming in hot. Are you in the snow zone or the ice zone? Snow zone. So if you are in the snow zone, vote yes. New poll. Coming in hot. Okay. Good evening, Pumpkin Julie. So what is this? Also, guys, if it's your first time watching this stream, smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, okay? We're a small channel. So the more you guys can do that, the more that helps us out. So smash it. Smash it as hard as you can. So this right off to the right, this is the current watches and warnings map. And I tell you what, I mean, Dan, this looks like the 4th of July. I pledge allegiance to the flag. In this country.
Yeah, I agree. It's lit up.
Dan, can you give us a good yeehaw?
Yeehaw!
Fantastic. Okay. So this to the right. This is our watches and warning map. And this shows you, what do we have up here? Well, to the north, these are extreme cold warnings. And I'll be honest, guys, if you see extreme cold warnings in Minnesota and the Dakotas, it is going to be brutally cold. I mean, I'm talking temperatures in the single
at Nathan Leanna's
below zero.
5,720 super chatted $10. Here's to your Beaver studio. Sorry I can't donate more for your studio, okay. Brother.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother. Massive W in chat for Nathan. Nathan, W's in chat. You can also Venmo me too. Venmo is actually great because then YouTube doesn't take some of it. W's in chat. So this, oh my goodness. So this extreme cold warning. Life-threatening wind chills as low as negative 55. That's 55 below zero that we're going to get. And that's why we've got extreme cold warnings here in the Midwest, in places like Minnesota, North Dakota, and Wisconsin. This is as cold as it gets. This is life-threatening wind chills, guys. They don't issue this often, especially up there, because it's always cold up there. It's always cold. But this is a different animal here. So if you are in the Midwest, hunker down the next couple of days. Don't go outside. It's going to be brutally cold. And, this is not as cold as it ever gets, right? This isn't, crazy cold, but it is enough to do some damage. So all of these warnings up here, these are not winter storm related. These are not any, you're not going to get any snow from this. What's this red one? Okay, extreme cold watch. Okay, everything you see here in the south, right in here, these are all winter storm watches. Anything from New Mexico.
Stupacell super chatted $5. I made a Kappa-Psi emote for Discord and it fits the theme for this storm. Beaver.
Okay. W in chat for Brother Stu. Made a Capucci emo. These winter storm warnings. Sorry, these are winter storm watches. In Texas, you've got cold watches layered on top of winter storm watches. And they've already issued this. We were talking yesterday on stream about them issuing these winter storm watches well in advance. This is, normally they do so maybe 1, maybe 2 days max. This is 3 days before the event. And they've already issued winter storm watches from New Mexico, literally from Albuquerque, New Mexico, all the way through, that cover basically most of the state of Texas, except for Houston and areas south, Arkansas, Missouri, even in Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, even in southern Ohio and Virginia North Carolina. You guys are all in these winter storm watches. Now, what does that mean? That means we've got a winter storm on the way. You guys know that. You're watching this stream. You know that. But right now, this winter storm, these winter storm watches, the fact that they're out tells me the National Weather Service knows this is going to happen. They know it's going to be a high-impact event, and they're preparing. And this is where they think the worst of the weather is probably going to be. Right now. That could change, but right now, that's where they think the worst weather is going to be. Let's just see on some of these winter storm watches what they say. Because this was interesting yesterday when Capucci talked to us about it. About the wording they use. Normally, it's just copy and paste. Whenever you see wording that looks like it's custom, that's a big deal. Winter storm, moderate to major impacts to Kentucky. Interesting. They do mention here, this is in Kentucky. Possibility of a mixture of sleet, snow, freezing rain. So they're telling you, the National Weather Service is very clearly kind of leaning towards the Euro, I think, which has more, frozen, freezing rain and sleet mixing in Kentucky rather than just all snow. Hydrate, my brethren.
At Eric Arj 6,176 super chatted $10. Everybody
Boom.
be safe and prepared.
Boom. W's in chat. Erica, W's in chat for Erica. That's right. Everyone be safe and prepared. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Wait, there's a blizzard warning in Iowa right now, Kyle?
Yeah, that's what that red is.
Is it really? There's no way.
Yeah.
Is that it's got to be a ground blizzard, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's crazy. I did not know that.
I think it's that other red that's right beside that red. See the difference?
The other red.
Yeah. It's like a slight difference in the shades.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe Kyle or Dan, check on that. Double check. There might be a ground blizzard going on in
I just sent a link in the chat for
okay.
Webcam in Iowa.
Interesting. Okay, let's look at that webcam real quick. Is it a traffic cam? Oh, yeah, it is. Wow. This is in Iowa. Happening right now. Apparently a ground blizzard is happening there. Wait, are they getting snow? They must be getting something here.
I think there's a little bit of snow on the front, but it's mainly a ground blizzard.
That's crazy. Here, yeah, look at this. Yeah, here's what they got. They just got as this low worked its way, you've got a low pressure that's actually got a cold front. It's moving through. If you're in Indiana, if you're in Ohio, if you're in Wisconsin, if you're in Illinois, you probably, had drastically different temperatures today. It's getting a lot colder there because you got a cold front that's working through with this spin. Whoa. You can see, though, look at this. Just absolutely cranking here. So you did have some snow that moved through our Iowa brethren. Got a little bit of I think that's a blizzard. Yeah, blizzard warning. Wow. So we've got a blizzard warning in Iowa. Our Iowa brethren are getting absolutely chalked right now. Are you kidding me? This is just the appetizer, though. Not for them. This is just the appetizer of what will be to come. Okay. Dan, bring you back. Brother Dan, my question to you. Do you think people are ready in Texas? And what are the local meteorologists saying in Texas? Have you paid any attention to what they're saying? Are they, taking this seriously? Are they, drumming up? Like, are they saying this is not going to be a big deal?
No, I think they're sending the right messaging out that, folks need to pay attention, need to stay very aware of changing, especially this weekend, changing temperatures. I do have a graphic that I've pulled up from Weather Forecast Office Fort Worth. And it's going to show kind of your wind chills and your low temperatures coming into this weekend. And there are your single digits there for a lot of locations, kind of north and of DFW, northwest, northeast. DFW is going to probably be in the low double digits. But for folks down here, we don't have cold weather often, so houses are not built to withstand it. So folks are going to definitely need to protect your pipes. Could be pretty bad.
You heard it here first. Protect your pipes. Everyone's got to make sure to protect the pipes here. Dan, how do you protect pipes?
You have to wrap them.
Okay. You heard it here first, chat. Wrap your pipes by protecting them or by wrapping them tonight.
Cover your faucets.
Okay. Just, you know what? Just chat GPT it, okay? Just AI it. Because I can't explain to you, chat. I can't explain to you how to do that because I have to chat GPT how to change my light bulb. I'm very good with technology. I'm not good with home stuff. I just got a condo. So I'm massively in debt, but I'm also massively unequipped to handle this new condo. It's just a shame. So Texas, our Texas brethren, this is going to be a long duration event for you guys. And looking at the latest GFS, these ice totals are going to start near Dallas. There is going to be some sleet that does mix in here for Texas, at least initially. It will probably switch over to freezing rain, and the freezing rain could push as far south as Houston, Austin, San Antonio, as this storm is kind of moving out. There's going to be some cold air that's going to push on the back side of it, right in there. And that cold air will be enough to transition some rain over to freezing rain and sleet in San Antonio. I don't think we're going to get snow down there, but we will have some frozen precipitation Sunday, Saturday night maybe, and Sunday during the day. And then in Dallas, also, even though you started as some freezing rain, some sleet, you're going to end here with some snow on the backside. Lubbock, Texas, which we all love, our Lubbock brethren. You guys could be in snow for much, if not all of the event. And you could be looking at some big snow totals there. Oklahoma City as well. Also, big snow totals there potentially. Let's look at the 18Z Euro. Let's see, has it come in yet? On Weatherfront, it is not. Okay. Let's look at the Euro because the Euro is probably a little bit better of a representation. Oklahoma City, you could be in snow, heavy snow, for much of the day on Saturday. Amarillo. And then if we go further to the east here, in Arkansas, in Missouri, I know we've got some people in the chat from Missouri. If you're a Missouri brethren, raise your hand. Tell me right now in chat. Because southern Missouri now, with the latest Euro, is starting to look a little bit more snowy. Before, nothing. Now, southern Missouri is looking like it's going to get some more snow. And unfortunately, Arkansas, our Arkansas brother. Do we have any Arkansas brother in the chat? We got Barry the sax player, Gray Fam, also Missouri brethren. Angela, oh my goodness. Welcome to the channel, whoever just subscribed. I can't read that. Angela is in northeast Arkansas, the bullseye for freezing rain. We will look at this in just a second. The bullseye for freezing rain where we could have crippling freezing rain. And guys, I know, listen, I am the last one to hype this up, right? I'm weather's number one hype man. I get that, right? But I am not going to lie to you. I will never, ever, ever lie to you on this channel. I get excited, but I'm not going to lie. This storm, from what I'm seeing in Arkansas, we could have crippling freezing rain totals. When I say that, I do not say that lightly.
Okay. Hosey 9,489 super chatted $4.99.
Wow.
Hey
W.
LL. It's my two favorite people, Dan and Brady. Love your hat, Dan. Love you all freaks.
Whoa. Dan, Carol. Oh my goodness. It's the match made in heaven. Come on, Dan. Let's go. Carol loves your hat, brother Dan. W's in chat.
Thank you, Carol.
Oh, we love that. Kyle, you're going to have to wear a hat next time, okay? So, Arkansas. Our Arkansas brethren here. This is likely going to be, especially near Memphis, near Little Rock, near Texarkana. This will be our bullseye of freezing rain most likely. And this area, this is climatologically speaking, it makes sense. With the storm that we're looking at, it also makes sense. And unfortunately, we are going to probably have crippling ice totals. When I say crippling, right, let me just show you. This is one model. So keep in mind, this is one model, so it could change. Let me zoom out.
At Carl Uke Tornado super chatted $6.71.
Oh my.
Him modding and singing and dancing to the Wiggles trying to get our Storm Arabella to sleep.
Okay. Wow. Carly, our mod, is absolutely crushing it right now. She's holding her baby. Hey, wait, let me act it out. She's holding her baby in one hand, and she's modding on the stream in the other. And she's trying to get the baby to sleep, and she's modding. Wow. W's in chat for Carly. Okay, back to our ice totals here. So in southern Arkansas, and this is all going to be dependent on where that heavy axis, where the storm tracks ultimately, and where that cold air, where that snow is, and where that cold air is. So this axis is probably going to shift.
33 super chatted $4.99.
Oh my.
Have Detective Dan watch the steam while you put on a green t-shirt to mess with the green screen. Also,
Wow.
My cat is from Columbus, but I forgive him.
I don't even know what that means. Your cat is from Columbus? But are you not from Columbus? Your cat is from Columbus, but you're not from Columbus? What do you mean? Guys, this is my actual studio. Okay, there's no green screen. I don't know what you're talking about. W's in chat. So freezing rain. Back to our freezing rain here. There is going to be an axis where we get probably two different bullseyes right in here, somewhere, either in Arkansas, in Mississippi, or in Alabama, in Louisiana, back into Texas, right in there. Someone in that area is going to get crippling freezing rain. Now, this model overdoes this. So, my normal rule of thumb is I'll, take half, maybe 2/3 of what these totals are showing, and that's probably what could happen, right? I mean, Kyle or Dan, I don't know if you disagree with that, but these models often overdo the freezing rain total. So, I don't think Tupelo is going to get 4 inches of freezing rain. They're just not, right? But even if let's just say half of these totals become true, 1 inch to 2 inches of freezing rain is crippling, right? What does crippling mean? That means trees that normally are standing up like this, right? They're going to go like this. They're going to go, no, they're going to go like this. They're going to go up. And they're going to fall on power lines, on cars, on houses. And that's going to cause massive, massive power outages across wherever that freezing rain falls. And that's going to be a problem. And for someone in the South, this is going to be a reality. You're not going to have 4 inches of freezing rain, but you absolutely could get to a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Back in as far west as Texas. I mean, Dan, we're talking about near Tyler, near Dallas. We're talking about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch in some spots. Near Shreveport. I mean, Dan, that would be absolutely devastating for Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. And also remember, any amount of ice on the roadway is going to be treacherous. So, yeah. I mean, even just, a fraction of an inch is going to be a showstopper.
Even this much. And, some places that only get 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/10 of an inch, probably not going to lose power. But if I'm telling you guys, if you get a 1/2 inch or more,
at Intel Alpha
it's going to be a problem.
Chatted $5. I apologize for Patterson. I may have recruited him here. He's in dots. But he's another PA brother near Beaver, PA.
Wow, we've got multiple people in our chat near Beaver, Pennsylvania. How many different town names across the country do we have that are named Beaver? That's insane. No, Patterson is great. He's killing it. W's in chat, going right towards the studio fund. Okay, so our power outages, anywhere from Tennessee, down through Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas. This is the greatest area of concern for me for power outages, right in here. There's also a secondary area near Raleigh and North Carolina that also could get up to a half an inch, maybe more, of freezing rain right above my head, right up there. And so that's a problem because anytime you see these freezing rain totals that I'm showing, and let me just put this in motion here because it just shows you how quickly they accumulate. The precipitation that's going to be falling could be pretty heavy. We talked about the atmosphere having some extra juice in it, right? And that extra juice is going to allow some heavier rain, some heavier precipitation to fall. And that's going to allow, if there's freezing rain, it's going to accumulate much faster than just like a light winter storm. And even on the East Coast here, the Carolinas, guys, if you're in the Carolinas, yesterday, you were sitting pretty, right, Dan? I mean, yesterday, we were, if you were in the Carolinas, you're like, okay, generational snow event. I'm so excited. Today, it's just been bad news after bad news. Because now, what was supposed to be an all, snow happiness event is now an ice nightmare.
Bob Mac UK super chatted $6.71. Stay safe and warm, everyone. Get your provisions in.
That's right. Get your provisions in. Get your provisions in. Get some bread. Get some milk. Okay. Dan, I'll say this. I'm not a bread or milk guy. Last poll, 53% of the chat is in the snow zone. 20% is in the ice zone. And 25% is chalked. New poll coming in hot. Dan, I'll start with you. Are you a bread or milk guy, or are you neither? What's your go-to you buy in a situation like this?
You could put them together with some eggs and do some French toast.
What if you don't have power?
Yeah. Well, then use a camping stove.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what I don't know that. Dan, you didn't answer my question. That's chalked.
At Patterson 33 super chatted $4.
Oh my God.
99 cents. I'm having
oh my God. What is happening?
My paycheck is taking a beating. Get an ice lamp for the condo. And a green shirt, beaver.
Wow. I don't even know what was going on in that in the first part of that tweet. So we're just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on. Okay, Kyle, are you a bread or milk guy? Like when you get a storm like this, do you go buy any bread or milk?
Absolutely not.
What do you buy?
Nothing. My house is well stocked. I don't need anything extra for a storm.
You don't need anything. You're telling me that if you're going to get a crippling ice storm, you're not going to go to the store to get anything.
No, I probably have enough in that house to eat for a month.
That's crazy. You have a month's worth of food. That is crazy. I have nothing. Just FYI. If I got hit with a blizzard, I would starve after 2 days because I have no food. No, I've got peanuts. That's it, Dan.
Wait for DoorDash to come back online.
That's right. That is correct. I've got to wait for DoorDash to come back online. It's my best friend. Okay, so the Carolinas. Let's talk about the Carolinas here because yesterday we were showing all snow. Here's the 18Z starting to roll in. The Euro 18Z is rolling in. We're going to show that right now. This is just brutal. This is just brutal for the Carolinas because yesterday we were sitting pretty at a snowstorm. Today in Charlotte, even down in Charleston, in Greenville, Columbia, Winston-Salem, yesterday we had big time snow. Today, not so much. Today is ice. Today is ice and misery that we're looking at here. And that's not what you want to see.
At Stupacell super chatted $5. I think Patterson is having lightsaber battles. Beaver.
What? What just happened? What does that even mean?
At Intel Alpha super chatted $5. Just put milk and bread in the blender and fill up your bathtub with ice just in case the power goes out.
That's right. That's a great idea. Just put milk and bread in the blender and fill up your bathtub just in case the power goes out. Great suggestion there from brother Intel Alpha. Okay, so here's what we got cooking, chat. Sunday, big time ice. Even in Virginia. Virginia also. Do we have any Virginia brother in chat? Raise your hand if you're a Virginia brethren. We were looking great in Virginia. We were looking so good. But unfortunately, we are not looking good anymore. The latest European shows big time ice working its way. That's sleet, that's freezing rain working its way all the way as far north as Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, which was going to get hit by snow, now trending more towards ice. We've got Eclipse from Fredericksburg, Virginia. Massive W to Brother Eclipse. Hey, guys, this is the great thing about being in my stream. I can call you out specifically. We got someone in Fredericksburg. Unfortunately, here's Fredericksburg, right in here. Right on the edge of the snow and rain and ice. And unfortunately, what looked like it could be a blockbuster snowstorm still has the chance. Still has the chance to get big time snow. But you're now right on the edge. And one small shift could put you completely out of the snow. Now, this thing could shift south, right? I mean, we're looking at this, but this now looks more like a typical winter storm. I mean, Kyle, we were kind of talking about this yesterday, how this storm, it didn't really look like a typical winter storm, right? You just had like a really weak low down here and just kind of meandered this way. Normally, when you have storms like this, they'll take this track, right? They'll swing through the country and then sweep up the East Coast. That's pretty normal. But now, the past couple of days, it wasn't showing that. The models are kind of correcting back to that. I mean, Kyle, it kind of makes sense what's happening here.
I mean, yeah, it makes more sense than something that comes out of New Mexico and just goes to Florida. For it to come out and try and come up the Appalachian and off the East Coast just makes more sense than the other options.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a winter storm that just kind of goes like that, like it's just not, normally storms don't do that, right? What's happening now is much more normal. And that's exactly what I think will probably happen in some fashion, is you're going to get a low that eventually forms down here, gets this act together, moves up the coast, heavy snow on the north side, right in the middle. You're going to have sleet, and then on the south side, you'll have rain. And that's what's likely going to happen here. And so the models are going to, we got someone joining from Michigan. What does the yellow mean? Someone just asked, what does the yellow mean? The yellow, someone joining here on Facebook, the yellow is rain. Green and yellow is rain, right? Let me make this green here. This is rain. This is freezing rain and sleet. That's the scary red color. And then this is snow. So those are the three kind of colors there. Also, massive WD weather front. You can do different color drawings here. Weather front. Download them on the Apple iOS App Store, the official radar of the Stormfront Freaks network. So yellow is a good thing if you're not looking for freezing rain. This right here, this scary pink, that is not a good thing. That's sleet, that's freezing rain. We got someone checking in from Detroit. Detroit, you're likely maybe going to get some light snow from this, but I don't think that you're going to have a massive winter storm by any means. You could get some snow on the north side here, but else than that, Detroit, Chicago, also not going to get much, maybe an inch or two. Okay, let's look at snow amounts here. Let's first start by taking a look at the ensemble. Okay, so this is the latest European ensemble here. To give you an idea about the snow and how much is going to fall. This, the ensemble is normally it's an average, right? So once again, if I were to run the 40-yard dash, if I were to run it 52 different times and take my time, I'd probably be sitting at like a 4.4, maybe 4.5. It's the same thing with the models here. They run the European model with slight variations, 52 different times, and this right here is the average. So the ensembles are a very good way to predict. They're very accurate, right? Especially, we're only a couple of days out. So here we go. If we look at the ensembles here, they say the heaviest axis of snow is going to fall right in here. From Oklahoma City through just south of St. Louis, through just south of Indianapolis, Southern Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, and Boston. That's where likely the heaviest snow is going to fall. I don't even know what's going on in chat. The chat doesn't even, sometimes the chat is so just choked. They're just in their own world. They're just like going about their day. Hello, Brother Samuel. Someone asked about Cincinnati. How much snow is Cincinnati getting this weekend? So let's take a closer look, because this is where some of the complexity comes in, and this is where it really gets tricky, because Cincinnati, Columbus, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, right in there, that region could either get 8, 9, 10, maybe 12 inches, or it could also get like 3, 4, or 5, right? Maybe 6 or 7. And Kyle, Kyle, from your perspective, Kyle and I both live in Ohio, so we are a little biased right now to Ohio. Kyle, what do you think? What do you look at the models? Is there anything you're seeing for Ohio, Indiana, Illinois? Any trends that you're thinking of, maybe more, maybe less?
The only thing that I see is just the fact that it's going to be higher than a 10-to-1 ratio.
Okay, what does that mean?
Most of those areas. What you're looking at right there is assuming just 10 inches of snow per 1 inch of liquid, which is the standard. But when it's cold and dry and other factors, it can be higher than that.
So basically, guys, what he's saying, 10-to-1, right? 10-to-1. Think about, I got 1 inch of water, right? Let's just say this water bottle is 1 inch, right? Let's just say if I pour this out on the ground, it measures to be 1 inch, right? It's more than that, but let's just say it's 1 inch. This bottle of water, if I were to put it in a snow machine and then let it fall from the sky, it would make 10 inches of snow, and then it would be out, right? But this same water bottle, let's do that same experiment. I put the same water bottle in. We're going to dial the snow ratios up from 10-to-1. Now they're going to be 15-to-1, 20-to-1. Let's say 20-to-1. This same water bottle of water will make 20 inches of snow. And so in this case, because it's going to be so cold, and because the atmosphere is going to be so cold, the snow ratios that you're seeing right now, these are 10-to-1. These could actually end up being 12-to-1, 15-to-1, which means in places like, Columbus, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, even Missouri, when it says 6 inches, this is more like going to be 8, 9, 10 inches. Especially on the northern side of this thing where the coldest air is going to be. So that's something to keep in mind here, guys, is with these snow totals. W's in chat for Brother Jackson, who sent an epic sticker. I don't even know what that looks like. So, snow totals. This is the European. Someone is going to get over a foot. I'm telling you guys right now, someone in this area, right in here, is going to get over a foot. It's just going to happen. The big question is who? And the most likely scenario is the heaviest axis of snow. If I had to just put my finger on it right now and say, this is going to be where the heaviest snow is going to fall, it would be right in there. And then this would be like moderate snow. Right in there, I think, will be your heaviest axis of snow, most likely. And then areas to the north, right, you'll still get some decent snow in this blue circle, several inches. But I think if you're looking at like a foot, it's probably going to be in that light blue circle. That's from all the models that I've seen, that's the most likely outcome right now. That could change. That could absolutely change. And if you're in the blue circle, you're still probably going to get 4, 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 inches of snow. And that still will be big time snow for you guys. But In the blue, that's where I think right now the best chance to get some big time snow. That's right. Unfortunately, Kelsey says chalked. Kelsey is one of the only people that doesn't want snow that I've ever met. You know what? New poll coming in hot. We're going to bring in the group here as well.
Welcome, brother.
Dan, welcome. Sharon, welcome to the channel. Dan, are you do you like snow, Dan?
Snow's fine.
But Dan, do you like it?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice. Kyle, you like snow, right?
Probably more than anybody in the chat.
Wow. Chat, Kyle's going to take you for a run for your money for if he likes snow the most. Kyle, I mean, we've been just destroyed lately with our winter storms in Ohio. We've gotten screwed time and time again, and this better be our time. If this isn't our time, I'm moving. I'm moving to Florida. You know what? Don't test me, Mother Nature. Don't test me, chat. I will move to Florida, and you will never hear from me again. If I don't, I'm just going to plant my flag in the ground right now. If I don't get at least 3 inches from this storm, I'm moving. I promise you. You can clip this. You can do whatever you want. If I don't get 3 inches of snow, at least I'm moving. And I'm moving to an undisclosed location, and no one will hear from me ever again. I will quit weather because I'll be so mad. And that is chalked. Because I am sick of getting screwed out of snow. I'll do it. Don't test me, Mother Nature. I'll do it. We're gonna get at least 3 inches. If we don't, I will be so sad. Kyle, what do you think? Do you think that's a pretty good bet?
I think you'll be in Ohio.
Okay. I like that. All right, let's take a look at the latest let's take a look at the latest GFS ensemble here. Yikes. Okay, this is the 18Z right here. Oh, echo. Did I kind of hear some background noise?
Welcome, brother.
Welcome, brother. Josh Billings. Josh Billings, welcome to the channel. You know what? I think I'm going to go over here. I'm going to walk over here. There we go. Oh, no, the chat's blocking me. Okay, let's put that over here. There we go. That looks better. Looks way better. Okay. So this is the latest GFS ensemble. There we go. Right in here. Mandy, if we don't get 3 inches of snow in Columbus, I'm moving forever. Because I'm so sick of getting screwed out of snow. This is the latest American ensemble here. It shows a similar story. Watch this. This is where it says the heaviest axis of snow is going to fall. I'm curious, did we get any shifts? Kyle, did you notice any shifts in the 18Z here?
Outside of the GFS, no.
Okay, this is the GFS ensemble here. I'm looking at the past several runs to see, has there been any, you can see that north trend right there, but then looking at the latest, it doesn't look like there's been any trends today. Here's the last 3 members of the GFS ensemble. You can see this was last night. This was this morning. This was this around noon. And then this was the one that was just run a couple of hours ago. So it's pretty consistent. The GFS is also starting to lock in on where it thinks the heaviest snow is going to fall. I'll say this, guys. This is a massive swath of heavy snow. You've got heavy snow of 6 to 12 inches that goes from Oklahoma through New York City. We're going to look back on this event, guys, for a long time. This is going to be one of these most memorable winter storms in recent memory. And you can see on the bottom of the screen, many power outages are expected. It's going to happen, especially right in here. Here's the danger power outage zone, right in there where I'm kind of drawing the red. That's where a lot of the power outages will be. To the north, you'll have the snow. To the south, you'll have the ice, the power outages, and it just won't be fun. And then the East Coast, our East Coast brethren. Do we have anybody in the East Coast here who've been starved for snow? East Coast brethren, talk to us in the chat. How are you feeling? All right, I'm going to take a quick bio break. I'll be right back. Quick commercial.
Front. It'll have you blow by the competition. It's got radar, observations, models, all in one epic app. Blow by the competition! Woo!
Weatherfront, the official weather app of the Storm Front Freaks Network.
Oh, F. I'm back.
Hey, Birdie. Can you hear me?
You didn't tell you should tell a joke. Well, I'm gone. Oh, man. All right, chat. We got any pictures? You know what I love? I love looking on looking on Twitter. You just have some random guy. He just says, BS. I need to come up with a good comment. I can respond to those guys. Just be like, I've been saying you're a Russian AI bot, but that isn't, I don't know if that's it. Was I wearing my Lulu jogging? Yes, chat. I've got my Lululemons on. I do. And you know what? You guys could use some Lululemon too. Lululemon is epic. I'm just waiting for a good sponsorship from them. Chat, if you haven't joined our Discord, do it now. We have an epic Discord where we post photos and videos, and it's absolutely epic. Check it out. Here's our Discord, right behind me. Wait. Here it is. Here's our Discord. You can post pictures. We've got some pictures from Stu here about the winter storm outlook. Join our Discord. MJ here from Dallas. MJ, welcome to the stream. If you got questions, put them in chat. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can chat, but put them in chat. If you want the link to join our Discord, check in chat right now. See if we got any pictures to show. Yeah, this is pretty crazy, guys. This picture right here. Welcome, MJ. This is the probability here of, I think this is at least moderate weather impacts, which if you're in the red, this means that the National Weather Service is very confident that we're going to get snow, heavy snow, freezing rain, and ice and sleet in that region, right? So, if you're in Michigan, right, feeling pretty good. Wisconsin, feeling pretty, actually, you're feeling pretty cold. No, I don't have a boyfriend, okay? I am going on some dates with a girl, but kind of chalked. We went to Red Lobster, and it was awful. So, right in here, that's where your winter weather, that's where the worst impacts are going to be. I'll be honest, this is a pretty eye-opening graphic. Much of the U.S. is red. That's 70, 60, 70, 80, 90% chance of getting moderate impacts. That's heavy snow and ice. This is the new Capucci. He's concerned. Capucci is concerned. That's right. I think Capucci is getting on a flight right now. He's getting on a flight. Let's go. Wow, we got Baby Storm also. Look at this is our mod, Carly, with Baby Storm. She's modding and playing with the baby. Wow. That's out of control. This is from Eli. This is in Columbus, guys. This is in Ohio. Very cold weather. We're going to have wind chills. This is another aspect of this storm that, behind it, once this storm clears out, we're going to have days and days and days and days of frigid cold temperatures. I mean, guys, as far as last week, I was talking about this, and it's come a reality. Here, let me show you in the Northeast, our temperatures. That's going to come behind us. This is after the snow has fallen. This is right here. Look at this. This is Friday. You got a polar cold front moving through. This cold front will be insane. Our temperatures are going to go from 30s to below zero. These are actual temperatures here. I'll show you wind chills in just a second. Even in the Northeast, we're going to have temperatures in the teens, almost zero in some spots. And this is why, guys, this is why our snow ratios, right? We're going to be sitting at 12 on Saturday in Ohio, 12 Indianapolis, 12 Pittsburgh, 14 Chicago, Springfield, Missouri, 10. Absolutely frigid. And so this is another reason why the snow is going to stick. And the ratios we're going to get are going to be higher, way higher than we're used to. And so watch what happens. Monday, once the snow kind of clears out, the cold is going to take over in the eastern U.S. And you can see that cold hangs around for most of the week. Our temperatures, literally, by the end of next week, still in the teens. So the only silver lining here is a lot of these folks probably won't lose power if they just get snow, but still, temperatures almost, 10. We are going to be cold, and we're going to be cold for a long time. That's the unfortunate reality of this pattern. It's not going anywhere. So we're going to get some snow, we're going to get some ice, and then we're going to be cold. Mario, east of Dallas. Dan, give us the Dallas. What's Dan or Mario's tuning in from Dallas here. Dan, Agent Dan, who I'm bringing in right now, is in Dallas, and he's. What are we thinking? What are we thinking for Dallas, Dan?
Well, we're going to likely see some wintry mix, probably freezing rain, sleet, and you'll probably see that east of town as well.
That's right. Dallas, you're going to get hit. You're going to start as rain. You're going to transition here Friday night to freezing rain and sleet. And then at some point, after getting hours and hours and hours and hours, look at this, it's still going, and hours of freezing rain and sleet, eventually in Dallas, you will switch over to snow at some point. When that switchover happens, will really determine how much snow you get. Because in Dallas, if it's colder, if the storm trends a little bit further south the day of, it could be talking about higher snow totals. But right now in Dallas, much of the precipitation is going to fall as freezing rain or sleet, which is not good. And that means your snow totals way down. Way down. Good to see you too, Bethany. Hopefully that helped, Mario. I got you. See, it is winter. It is winter. That is correct, chat. Dude, you would be shocked. Every single one of my TikToks, there's someone that says it's winter. And I'm like, yes, it is winter. That is correct. Do you like snow? 49% of the chat said yes, they like snow. 9% of the chat says I like snow. And 42% said
Tracy
it's
Lee
chalk.
12 super chatted $5. I'm concerned that the exploding trees will harm the beavers.
Wow. Me too. You know what? Me too. Actually, that is the thing I'm most concerned about. Is that the exploding trees will harm the beavers. If you didn't see it, we're going to have exploding trees, according to max velocity. Exploding trees. And this was on the Pat McAfee show. Which, that's insane. The fact that he got on the Pat McAfee show, that's crazy. That is just wild. Congratulations, Brother Max. But apparently you're going to have exploding trees in Minnesota. Does anyone know why that happens? Dan or Kyle? Crickets.
Moisture content?
I think so. I think it's because it gets so cold.
Yeah.
Kyle's got to know. Kyle, if you don't know, just look it up and act like you know. Exploding trees normally happen, I think, because the trees get so cold that they rapidly freeze.
I actually think it has to get much colder than this for exploding trees.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's like 45, 50 below before that will happen.
Okay, so maybe some fake news here. Maybe a little bit of fake news. High demand of liquor. That is also correct. Wow, these maps are actually pretty funny. Good work, Brother Max. I think that's actually Pettis putting those out, which is awesome. Okay, let's go back to the radar here. All right. Look at the snow. Chat, let me know where you're checking in from. Let's take a look at the chat rankings right now. Let's see. Chat, you got any questions? Let's take a look. Let's see who's leading right now in the chat. Our power rankings, our top 10. We always do this. In first place, we got Brother Intel Alpha with 900 points. Let's go. R. Patterson with some chalked comments of the day is a close second, 825. Carly sitting in a comfortable third place. Stu, fourth place. Oh, man. Erica in fifth place, tied with Nathan. Tracy in seventh place. Kelsey also eighth place. Oh, Kelsey, so close but so far. Carol, ninth place. Tuxedo Oreo rounds out the top 10. Oh, my goodness. Sharpsburg, Kentucky. Delilah, Sharpsburg is going to be close. In Kentucky, with the latest trends, you're going to be right on the edge of that rain, snow, more like ice to snow line. And so you could start as snow. I wouldn't be surprised in Kentucky if you switch over to freezing rain at some point. I would not be surprised at all. Bad ice storm for Louisiana, Mississippi. Yes, especially northern portions, right? If you go to, the coastal areas, I think should be okay. It's the northern portions that I'm worried about for Louisiana, for Mississippi. That's where actually the jackpot of freezing rain could be. And that's a problem. Norman, Oklahoma. That's right. Norman, Oklahoma could be chalked. Definitely in for some snow there. There could be maybe some freezing rain that mixes in potentially, but I think Oklahoma City, Norman, Oklahoma, should be mostly snow for the most part. And they'll get some big time snow. Is Bucky a beaver? Yes. Great question. Missouri. We got organ donor. This guy's an organ donor. We love that. Okay, we're pro organ donor here in the stream. Dan or Kyle, are you guys, either of you organ donors?
That's what my driver's license says.
So you are?
Yes. Yeah.
You both are. Wow. Okay. I'm not. I maybe need to be. I'm not. I probably should be. I don't think anyone wants my organs though, because I'm just using the hell out of them.
I was going to say, if they can find anything good on me, have at it.
Yeah. You're not going to want my brain. You're not going to want my kidneys. You're not going to want anything from me. I'll just be honest. You're not. You're just not. I'll think about it, chat. But Missouri is going to be a close call. You'll be right in the rain and snow, and actually, you should mostly be in the snow. The question is, how far south does that snow go? So Missouri, close call. Northern Missouri, probably not much. Southern Missouri, more. Much better chance the further south you go in Missouri, the more snow you'll likely get. Now, if this rain snow line were to creep any further to the north, that's not good news. It's not good news at all. Because now you're going to be looking at some ice totals. Pennsylvania, Butler County. I believe that's, help me out here, guys. Is Butler County near Pittsburgh? Oh, no. Crickets. Oh.
Butler, Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Pennsylvania.
Okay, so that's just north of Pittsburgh. Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're going to have some decent snow here. Now, you have a chance of getting epic snow. You have a chance of getting 6+ inches. Absolutely. I think Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Ohio, Illinois, Indianapolis, this region that I just circled. Let me zoom out a little bit. You guys have a chance. You'll be all snow. Unless something drastic happens, you'll be all snow. The question is, how long does it snow for? And if the storm shifts a little bit further to north or kind of holds course as the Euro would indicate, the GFS is further south. Look at the Euro. Watch this. See how the Euro is much further north. Look, there's 18Z GFS. There's the 18Z Euro. So the Euro is much further north.
At Subi1B7Q super chatted $10. Sorry, don't have any of those pay apps. Everyone be safe out there.
Sue. Epic. Sue is an OG. Massive shout out to Sue for the 10 bomb. Boom. You know what? For all the donations, here we go. Massive. Sue coming in hot with the 10 bomb. She says, I don't have any pay apps. Everyone be safe out there. Boom. We're looking at right now, Butler, Pennsylvania. And for our brethren here in Ohio and Pennsylvania, you guys are right on the edge of it being a major snowstorm or being kind of a, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches, which is still pretty good. You're right on the edge there. So I would, if I have to say a gut call on Butler, I'm saying 3 to 7, but you're either going to get 8 or 9, or you're going to get probably 3. One of the two. I'll take 5. Yeah, you'll take 5. Richmond, Indiana. Welcome, Kathy. From Richmond. Hey, by the way, go Hoosiers. For any of our Hoosier fans, our Hoosier brethren just won the national championship. And then I think lost their quarterback. Is that right? Indiana also, which we haven't been talking about at all the past week, could get some snow from this storm, especially the further south you go in Indiana. You have a much better chance than, northern Indiana. This is, you might get some snowflakes. You're not going to get much up here. More like a red X up here. This down here, this is much more likely to get snow. Southern Indiana, yes. Northern Indiana, no. That's right. 1 to 23 inches. That is an accurate prediction. If you make that prediction, you'll almost always be right. Philadelphia, area thoughts. Philly is going to be a close one. I'll be honest. It's going to be very close. Look at that. See how that freezing line. I've seen this, and Kyle, I mean, we've experienced this time and time again here in Ohio where the warm nose kills you. I mean, we've seen it just destroy storms.
Yeah, they very well might get destroyed by that.
Yeah, and what I mean by that here is you've got this low right in here. You've got it pulling warm air up, right? You've got it pulling warm air up from the south, from the Atlantic. And what can happen then is this warm air shoots up in like a warm nose, and then all the snow that was falling, this pretty little snow that's falling, now turns to ice. And then it starts falling, and then it, either falls as sleet or freezing rain. And Philly is going to be close to that. Right now, they're going to be mostly snow, but I would not be surprised towards the middle of the event if they switch over to freezing rain or most likely sleet and really, cut in on their snow total. So Philly is absolutely in the axis potentially of heavy snow, but there's some question marks. There's some big question marks right in there of how much warm air is going to make its way up. If more warm air makes its way up, then, like the Euro's kind of showing, see that warm nose that's working its way up into Philly. If that happens, your snow totals go from a foot to 4 inches, maybe 5, right? And if you look, the Euro has that happening for a couple of hours at the end of the event. Now, at the beginning of the event, heavy snow falls in Philly. So Philly, you're right on the edge. You're right on the line right there of heavy snow, which is this side, and freezing rain, which is that side. Wow, we got Brother Nails in chat. W's in chat for Nails. Welcome, Nails. Yeah, glad you're stocked up with TP. I agree. East Central Indiana. Indiana. Probably going to be all snow. But I tell you what, it's going to be close in terms of, are you going to get the big snow or are you just going to get the meh snow? At this point, I'm thinking like, kind of in the middle, right? So 3, 4, 5 inches, maybe a little bit more than that. I don't think central Indiana, like in Indianapolis, Bloomington, I don't know if you're going to get 12 inches. I don't know if you're going to get a foot. I mean, Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong here. Maybe you've seen something different, but I don't know if central Indiana is going to get the bullseye of snow.
No, I feel like you're perfectly right with that.
Yeah, the bullseye of snow is down here, right, kind of just north of the freezing line, right? Like right in here. At least right now, right? That could change. With all these models, it's probably going to change. I'll be the first to let you know. Connecticut, Owens, FPS. Let's check it out. Tell you what, Connecticut could get absolutely crushed here. Let's take a look at the snow totals from the Euro. Yeah, Hartford, our Connecticut brethren, this is looking more and more like your storm here. The Euro is showing 10 inches of snow. I actually think that could be higher, to be quite honest. That could be higher. Nasty says, love the channel. Well, the snow totals here for Havre de Grace. Did I say that right? Havre de Grace. What an elegant name. Havre de Grace. Does anyone know where that is? Dan, do you know where that is? Also, what are my credentials? My life depends on it. Nasty, I am actually a legit meteorologist. I went to Ohio State. Kyle can attest to that. I got through all my math. Actually had a 4.0. So, I know what I'm doing.
Brady definitely knows what he's doing.
Dan, thank you. I decided not to go into meteorology out of college because they were going to, the TV meteorologist jobs were going to pay $18,000 a year, which I couldn't live on. Let's be honest. Okay, so Maryland. Let's just do Maryland because I'm going to be honest. I don't know where Havre de Grace is. Maryland also could get some big time snow, but you are right in the area of like the freezing line is going to cut right through the heart of Maryland, most likely. So there could be some in Maryland that get hammered with the foot, and then there could be some in Maryland that get 3 inches, 4 inches, plus an inch of sleet, plus a quarter of an inch of freezing rain. Like that's what we're talking about in Maryland. Maryland is not straight, you're not going to be all in snow, most likely. You're going to probably have some frozen precipitation in southern Maryland. Maybe northern Maryland stays all snow, but southern Maryland, especially towards the coast, coastal Maryland, you're going to have some freezing precipitation problems. Ohio State. Yeah, that's right. I do like Ohio State. I do like our Indiana brother as well. We've got Harv like Brett Favre. That's right. That's right, chat. We had another question. Good night, Carol. How about Ohio? Diane right here. Let's see. Ohio, right there. So this is the tricky one right here. And this is what I've been talking. I'm in Ohio. So I love Ohio. I'm a big Ohio guy. Kyle's in Ohio. Dan is in Texas, unfortunately. But in Ohio, this is going to be the big question, right? Because if we look at the latest European, it absolutely crushes Ohio. And it has this big, giant snow shield that goes from St. Louis all the way up to Pittsburgh, all the way back, Oklahoma City, all the way to Pittsburgh, right? Let's change the color to blue. That'll be better. So right now, if the European holds, Ohio will get absolutely crushed by snow. I'm talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inches in some spots. The further south you go, right along the Ohio River, that'll be where the biggest totals fall. And then even in central Ohio, we could get 5 inches.
Seal super chatted $4.99. I have a couple of friends that are in Wilmington, North Carolina. What will they get from this?
Oh, Wilmington, North Carolina. All right. I'll come back to Ohio in just a second. If you ever super chat, I will put you at the front of the line in terms of the forecast. So I'll come back to Ohio in just a minute. North Carolina. Wilmington is, wow, I forget where Wilmington is. Why is Wilmington not showing up on this map? There it is. Okay, it's along the coast.
Wow, that is massive.
Wow. Brother Nails just said he uses credentials to be an OF, number 2 meteorologist. What is OF? Help me out, Brother Nails. What does OF stand for? So, right along the coast. Is this ice? I don't think in Wilmington, we are not going to be talking about snow. Unfortunately, maybe yesterday, but not today. Today, we're talking about ice. So Wilmington, which is right along the coast, actually might be mostly rain. You can see here, there's a little bit of a dry spot that works into Wilmington, and they don't get precipitation until the cold front moves through later that night. So right now, Wilmington, coastal Carolina, anything along the coast, welcome to the channel. Big show. We got Brother Big Show. Let's go.
Last 4 chance super chatted $5. What about Roanoke VAR? You can do mine after you finish Ohio. No rush.
Boom. Let's go. 2 last chance for you. W's in chat with a massive dono. Nice $5 bomb. Coastal Carolina. You're probably going to be mostly in rain. There is a chance you could switch over to freezing rain at some point. Now, I don't think the crippling freezing rain is going to happen along coastal Carolina, whether that be North Carolina or South Carolina. I think the bad freezing rain totals are going to be inland, right? So, but you could still get maybe 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain, maybe a little bit more. That could be enough to make roads a little slippery. But if I'm in coastal Carolina, I'm not as worried if I'm in interior Carolina, if I'm in Charlotte, if I'm in Winston-Salem, if I'm in even Atlanta, Columbia, Greenville, Asheville, all of those towns, Knoxville. That's where I'm very concerned for a long duration ice event that could absolutely knock out power. All right, Ohio. Back to Ohio, and then we'll hit last chance. Roanoke, Virginia. Okay, so Ohio. This is a tricky one because we are likely going to be all snow. So we're not going to have to worry about freezing rain, most likely, unless this thing just starts trending way north, which I'll be honest, this happened before, right? It's definitely, I've been screwed out of many winter storms. But right now, Ohio is looking like it's going to be all snow. The question is just how much snow is going to fall. Southern Ohio has the best chance of getting heavy snow. So if I were to just draw this out, Southern Ohio, that's where I'd put the heaviest snow, potentially. And then Central and Northern Ohio, a little bit lighter, but still, we're talking about 4, 5, 6, 7 inches, right? A pretty good storm for that area. Maybe not in, Cleveland. They get that all the time. But here in Ohio, here in Central Ohio, I haven't seen snow all winter. So Ohio's going to be pretty good. Ohio should be all snow, and we do have a chance there to get some bigger snow. Roanoke, Virginia. By the way, chat, if you're just joining, make sure if you're here on YouTube, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, okay? Because I'm a small channel, okay? I need all the help I can get. So help me out here by doing that. If you're just joining us, I'm giving out forecasts. We talked about this winter storm earlier in the stream. So if you want to see an overview of that, go ahead and rewind. I'm giving forecasts right now for my chat, which is epic. We're talking about Roanoke, Virginia right now. Yikes. Roanoke's going to start as snow on Saturday night. But then this is, we're probably, now watch this. Let me compare models here because this is an important distinction here. Anywhere that you see that's near this freezing line, this is where the greatest uncertainty is, right? Anywhere in here, that's where your biggest uncertainty is because that line could shift. It could shift, up here. It could shift down here. Both of those are at play right now. You could have both of these, this freezing line could shift that far between now and when the event's going to happen. You're going to see shifts like that all over the place. And I'm going to be posting about all of them, all my social media, as well as here on YouTube. But right now, Roanoke is well within that window of uncertainty. So you will start as snow, but then at some point, you're likely going to switch over potentially to freezing rain, to sleet. We were looking yesterday at the soundings, Matthew, Brother Capucci and I'm telling you, there is going to be someone that gets several inches of sleet from this storm, and it's just going to be miserable because sleet sucks. Wouldn't you agree? Dan or Kyle, raise your hand. Do you like sleet?
More than freezing rain.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't like sleet.
New poll coming in hot. Do you like snow? 53% of the chat said yes. New poll coming in hot. Do you like sleet? You like sleep. I also like sleep, Mama G. New poll coming in hot. Roanoke, dangerously close to that rain snow line. And that's a problem because any snow, any big time snow, any chances of big time snow here for our Roanoke brethren, yesterday it was looking, just amazing. The Virginians were like, we're finally going to get an epic snow event. Probably not going to happen anymore. You are in the muck. You are in the freezing rain, the sleet, and the snow mixture. So you're going to be in that for, Sunday morning, going into Sunday afternoon. Look at this. Until you are in the mix, the mixture area, which is freezing rain and sleet, until the storm moves out. And the important thing, though, is look at the GFS. Look at the latest GFS. Whoops. Let's go back. It actually has Roanoke in the majority of Roanoke in snow. Now, I think this is an outlier, but I'm showing this because I'm showing you there still is uncertainty here. There's two models here, the GFS and the Euro. Let me show the GFS right there, and then the Euro. So the Euro is a little bit slower and further north, which would mean Roanoke, freezing rain, sleet. Now, if the GFS were right, the Roanoke people, our Roanoke brethren, 2 last chance, 2-4 last chance would be mostly snow. And this, if you're in Virginia and you want snow, you're rooting for the GFS. And unfortunately, the GFS is probably the most chalked weather model. And I wouldn't put my hopes in the GFS. I'll just be honest. But you got a shot. You got a shot because I'm assuming you want snow. So West Virginia also is going to be a similar story to Virginia, where you could be in all snow, you could be hammered by snow, or you could be in the muck. You could be in the freezing rain, you could be in the sleet, and that's not what you want. Lucy, St. Louis. Things have changed a lot for our St. Louis brother. That is correct. Here's St. Louis right in here. And St. Louis, you're either going to get all snow or you're going to get very little snow. Look at the GFS. The GFS basically has nothing for St. Louis. So there is a real chance in St. Louis you get absolutely nothing. Now, there's also a decent chance you get some snow. What I'm comparing the GFS to the Euro. This is the Euro. This is the GFS. GFS is absolutely zilch. Absolutely zero. The Euro is, yay, snow. The GFS is rigged. I agree. So if you're in St. Louis, you're probably not going to have to worry about freezing rain or sleet, but you are potentially going to have to worry about some snow. I don't know if you probably won't be in the foot plus area, but you could get 3, 4, 5 inches. Charlotte, same thing I said earlier in the Carolinas. You're going to be in the muck. You're going to be in the absolute muck where mostly frozen for, I don't think we're even going to be talking about a lot of snow. You might not get any snow. It's probably going to be mostly freezing rain, sleet. Even if the GFS were right, look at the GFS. The GFS, even the southern chalked GFS shows heavy sleet falling in Charlotte. So this is probably not your storm to get snow in Charlotte, but you could get some pretty bad freezing rain, and that could be a problem. So our North Carolina brethren, I know this is not one you want to hear, but this is a secondary area of power outages that I'm expecting. Anything in the red here could absolutely lose power from Charlotte through Raleigh, through Greenville, through Asheville. You guys could get enough freezing rain to knock those tree limbs down on those power lines. And that, unfortunately, means power outages potentially for, a couple of days or a week, depending on how much freezing rain does fall. Dan, I got to take a bio break. You want to just quickly talk about DFW real quick? I'll just go back and show.
Okay, yeah. So DFW going into Friday evening, overnight into Saturday, we'll be looking at wintry mix. Going to have some areas that'll get sleet and some freezing rain, and we're going to have very low temperatures through the weekend, down to the low double digits for DFW. Some of the outlying areas will get down into single digits. So you'll definitely want to protect your pipes. I made a joke earlier about wrapping the pipes, but in all actuality, what you're going to want to do, if you're not familiar with cold weather in Texas, you're going to want to drip your faucets so that you've got water running through the pipes to some degree. That'll at least help keep them from freezing over completely. And we're going to just have to kind of hunker down between now and Friday. You'll want to get your provisions in place.
Look, watch this, Dan. Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Tuxedo Oreo, I'm working on protecting my pipes.
That's right. Protect those pipes, everyone. Look at that entrance. Watch this. Whoa. That's crazy. That was epic. I'm wearing my floor of my new condo is very slidey. Look, I'm sliding around. Whoa. That's epic. Wow, this is a good question here. Kyle, maybe you could think about this a little bit. I'm curious, Kyle, to see your answer to this question. So we learned yesterday that the hurricane hunters are going to be flying into our storm. They're going to be flying into this storm to sample the data and to figure out, okay, what's this storm going to be? The question I have for you, Kyle, is is there going to be any, we can't really predict, but will there be any sort of trends from the hunter data? Maybe it's going to drop crazy south. Maybe it's going to drop crazy north. What do you think?
Well, when did they fly in to it?
I don't know.
Looks like I just went over tropical tidbits to see. They've been in it today, but I doubt the data got into the ZRZ models, just looking at what time they were flying. So I don't think that'll impact the ZRZ.
Wait, hold on. Am I looking at this right? Is this it? Is this the mission?
Yeah.
Okay, that's so cool. So guys, they literally, the hurricane hunters, if this doesn't get your attention, I don't know what will. The hurricane hunters who normally fly into hurricanes, right? We're talking category 5 hurricanes. They are flying into this winter storm. This winter storm right now, I'll show you where it is. It's off the coast of California. And they're flying into it to try to sample it. You can see that little swirl right in there? That's the system. Now, these winds are like, 30, 40 miles an hour. So we're not talking about significant winds with this storm, but they're trying to sample it to get an idea of what this storm will look like. And any data that we get from them, actually, let me show you here. This is cool. Here's our storm system right here. It's loading. Right here. See this spiral? This is where they flew. They flew through this today. And the reason why, they're trying to get more data. They'll take that data, ingest it into the models, right? They'll ingest it into the European. They'll ingest it into the American. All of the weather models will take that, and then they'll be able to refine and say, okay, we've got more data. We got Sean O'Leary. Subscribe to the channel. It's my Irish accent. Sean probably just unsubscribed right there. Sorry, I'm sorry, brother Sean. I love our Irish brethren, but this is our storm. And so they'll take the data from this storm and they'll ingest it into the models, like, shoveling pizza. And actually, that's a good point. I'm going to order pizza from DoorDash here in just a second because I'm starving. I haven't eaten dinner yet. But they take this and they'll put this into the models, and oftentimes they'll make the models more accurate, right? And so I'll be curious. The hurricane hunters flew through earlier today. I'll be very curious to see what the 0Z models do. We're going to have to watch that very closely. I'm not going to be live for that, but I will certainly be, I'll be making posts here as shorts on YouTube. I'll also do that on Twitter and Facebook. So if you are following me on all those, make sure you are at Stormcat5, and then here on YouTube at Stormfront Freaks Network, I'll be sure to update you guys if that does change. But right now, this is our storm. And you can see, Dan, look at this thing. It kind of looks a little ominous, right? A little bit of like a comma shape there.
Yeah, it's got an ominous look to it for sure.
It does. Dan, what kind of hat are you wearing right now?
I am wearing
Is that a fedora?
It is a fedora.
Wow. Dan's got a fedora on, chat. That is absolutely epic.
A lot of folks have compared it. Yeah, they've compared it to the hat from Jurassic Park.
Wow. Dan, guys, What do we think of Dan's hat? Let's do a new poll. Do we like Dan's hat? Do you like sleet? The poll of yes, 21% of the chat said they like sleet. Are you kidding me? Who likes sleet? That is, I'll just say that is chalked. 48% of the chat said no, we don't like sleet. That is the correct answer. And 31% also said sleet is chalked. It is. New poll. Do we like Dan's hat? Kyle, are you wearing a hat right now? Is that why you're not on camera? By the way, if it's your first time here, we do a lot of polls. So if you're watching on Facebook, you can't vote. Go over to our YouTube page, the Stormfront Freak Network, subscribe to our channel, and make sure that you get in our YouTube chat because then you can vote on the polls. Bro, no way. Oh my God. All right.
We got the wife's hat to put on.
Oh, we got a hat. It's a hat fest, chat. And we got Dan that's put on the sunglasses. That's absolutely epic. All right. Bro, that's wild. Okay. Someone asked, what's the pressure of this storm system? Let's see. Right now, let's see what the pressure is at the surface. Brother Kyle. I know. Kelsey says, Brother Kyle. Daniel. Now we're talking. We love the hats here, chat. Hey, guys, we got a whole team here of epic people that are wearing, they're putting hats on just for you. Let's take a look at the pressure here of this storm system. This has got to load. My Wi-Fi is getting completely and utterly chalked here. I'm not sure why. It's absolutely chalked. Probably because I'm streaming. That probably has something to do with it. You know what? I think I'm going to order pizza tonight. That's a good call. Okay, here is the pressure. It still isn't loading. This is so chalked. Wait. Okay, it is loading. I'll be honest, guys. The pressure is not very low in this storm. Right now, it's not showing that it's got like really a super defined pressure center. Is that correct? Or is this our storm out here, Kyle? Am I crazy?
No, it's the storm by the coast. I think the hurricane hunters went into it more for upper air reconnaissance than surface.
Okay. Because I looking at that like comma shape of that low, I would expect it to at least, have a little bit lower of a pressure because this doesn't seem like there's any like low pressure at all right now. Just kind of nuts. Here's where it would be, right in here. And I'm not seeing any pressure in there. Get Ohio's best pizza, Papa John's. Oh no. I froze. Dan, make a joke. I'll be right back.
I think the joke is Ohio's best pizza is Papa John's. Kyle, would you agree?
Yeah, without a doubt, that's like the bottom 5.
What would you say is Ohio's best pizza?
It's going to be a local place. It's not going to be any chains.
Yeah, is there a local place near you?
Yeah, I like a place called Super Sport.
Super Sport?
There's no way Super Sport is a real place, right?
Yeah, it is down here. You can't get it on DoorDash there.
Super Sport?
Yeah.
Brady, what's a local place near you?
Romeo's. Oh, wait. Did I just give my address away? Okay. No.
I don't think so.
I think I'm hopefully not going to dox myself here. Okay. Carly just donated €2 and said, check the storm hitting United Kingdom, Brady. Okay. Let's take a look. Ooh, okay. There it is. Nice little low there. Yeah, there'll be a big storm there hitting United Kingdom. Our French brethren, if you're on the coast of France, look at this Sting jet, big time Sting jet, 952, absolute just bomb low pressure system that actually gets weaker as it approaches the coast. So going to be a good little rainmaker, but it actually gets weaker, which is good news for our United Kingdom brother. Valero's pizza. Someone's telling me in Ohio to get Valero's pizza. Okay. Yes, I will be getting a P.O. box. I meant to go. I was going to go to the post office this week and get that set up. I forgot. And now I'm going to have to go probably next week to get that set up. So if you want to send me packages, we'll be able to do that. Just whatever you do, don't send me any like stuffed dolls or something. Because I'll be honest, I think like dolls and any sort of like action figures, they just creep me out. Like they just, the movie Chucky, I literally watched that movie and I've never watched a horror movie since then because I don't like any sort of that action. It's just a problem. I don't like it. Mikey's Late Night. I agree, Stu. Mikey's Late Night is absolute money. Absolute money. All right, I'm going to order pizza, and then I'm going to roll. What I'm going to be doing, chat, all night long, I'm going to be on my Twitter page, and I'm going to be monitoring this situation. So if you have not followed me, go to Stormcat5 on Twitter. Hit that follow button. Also, go follow Agent Dan, who's on YouTube. Dan, what's your YouTube?
It's Dan Wallace WX.
Oh, okay. I like that. So go follow Dan Wallace WX. He's got some epic content. And I tell you what, he's a storm chaser, and his YouTube has some of his amazing storm chases, our amazing storm chases. Go check it out because he's got some unbelievable footage over there. Kyle, where can people follow you?
I don't have any social media.
Bro, yes, you got a Facebook page. We'll talk about that.
Not that one on this channel.
Okay. All right, we won't talk about that. Let's see if we have any Discord pictures. Let's see. Actually, let me order my pizza real quick. What pizza should I get, guys? I think I'm gonna get pepperoni feast. What do you think, Dan?
That sounds good. I'm always a fan of Hawaiian, even though some people don't believe that's a real pizza.
Yeah, that's not a real pizza. Unfortunately. I think thin crust. Absolutely. No, I'm not, guys. I'm not getting pineapple. I'm just not doing it. I will be, guys. There is a chance tomorrow night that I will be live, probably around the same time, to kind of show you guys the latest trends and all that good stuff. So tomorrow night, make sure you come back this same YouTube channel and check it out. Let me see. Oh, should I get mushrooms on it?
Kara said to get Adriaticos.
I can't DoorDash that, Kara. I can't DoorDash that. Yeah, Adriaticos does slap though. I agree. Maybe mushroom and
a lot of people are saying pineapple.
So bro, I don't even know what's going on in chat. Love Hawaiian. Wow. You know what? New poll right now. Do you like Hawaiian pizza? Guys, something is happening in the chat right now. Mods? Do we have any mods here? Do we have any mods?
Kelsey says you better get mushroom.
Do we have any mods? Hello, mods. Oh my, I think all of our mods are gone. There we go. Someone was just spamming something about give me all of your food now. That was insane. Okay, what do we think? New poll. Do you think pineapple on pizza is allowed? Yes. No, it's not allowed. Pineapple is chalked. New poll. Coming in hot. I think I'm going to do, chat, what do you think? Mushrooms, pepperonis, sausage. Do we think on the onions? What do you think, Dan?
Onions are good.
Onions are good. Kyle, you an onion guy?
Not on a pizza.
Okay. You made my decision.
Now, for me, onions have to be cooked, so that's where they end up on my pizza.
Okay. I'm going to complete. Hey, there. You know what? That's a good point. I'm going to complete my order outside the screen so you cannot see my address. which would be not good. Okay,
or his credit card number ending in.
Yeah, that'd be a problem. Let's pull up Discord, see if we have any pictures in the chat. Wow, everything is fine. That's right. Everything is fine, chat. That's what people all across, that's from Chipped Moose Face Tracy B. So Chipped Moose Face Tracy B. Okay, this is pretty sweet. This setup, Almighty Wizard WX, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's got me on every single screen. Hold on, I'm making this full screen. I can't even find my button. Look at this. This is unreal. There's 6 screens. Are you kidding me? You've got your own command center. There's 7 screens. Wow. Does anyone have this kind of setup? This is impressive. I mean, this is unreal. This guy's got his own command center, and it's unreal. That is cool. My credit card got nuked on this stream. You know what, Art Patterson? Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. Age Radicos is awesome. I agree with that. Totally agree with that. All right, I'm placing my pizza order. That is, you know what? I'm going to have to save that picture. I'm going to tweet that picture out because that's an epic pizza. That's an epic photo right there. Okay. What is this? Is this supposed to be? Oh, no. What is that hat? There is a 0% chance. Yeah, I know, Dan. There's a 0% chance I will ever wear a hat like that. Is that like the Paddington hat? And there's a beaver. Okay. There's a beaver in the background. That just. Why? What is going on? Who's putting hats on me? And why are we putting girl hats on me? That hat looks chalked. What is happening? Okay. This is freaky. That's freaky. You know what? I am officially going to have nightmares from that picture. Does anyone have any weather pictures? Anyone, please. Please. Oh. Wow. Wow. Okay. See, people are now just unbelievable. Great. There's a beaver gnawing at some wood. Wow. Insane. All right, I've officially placed the DoorDash order. The food is coming. Guys, I'm going to continue tracking this winter storm as it moves towards us. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. A very big day. Dan, keep the glasses on. Agent Dan. We love the glasses. You know what, Dan? Go ahead. Say, we must protect the president.
We must protect the president.
Target acquired.
Target acquired.
Tango down.
Tango down.
That's Agent Dan right there. Kyle, we're going to have to get you. We're going to have to get like the Raging Cajun Kyle or something. That's not going to stick with me. I don't like that. We'll kind of come up with a new one. But chat, over the next couple of days here, we're going to be dealing with this winter storm. And tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow is a very, very big day. Where the models are almost certainly tonight, we're going to watch the models. Tomorrow, I'm going to watch the models. And as they come in, I will be sure to update you. Probably another live stream later tonight. Or not tonight. Probably another live stream tomorrow. But this storm that we're watching is going to start Friday night into Saturday, into Sunday, and into Monday. It's going to be a long duration event. And so as we get closer, the details will narrow, and we will have tomorrow night, we should have a much better idea of more precise snow totals. There's a lot of question marks still with this storm. We know What are the things we know? We know it's going to be a big winter storm. We know there's going to be crippling ice. We know there's going to be someone that gets a foot of snow. That is almost locked in, right? We say lock in. That's what's happening in the storm. The storm is locking in right now. The big question is who, and tomorrow, especially tomorrow night, we'll have a much better idea of exactly who. For now, I had a good time. Dan, any final words to the people, brother? Oh, no.
It was magnificent seeing everyone in the chat. It was
it was
wishing everyone all the best through this weekend and into early next week for sure.
Oh, I agree. Anything, Dan? Anything? Are you concerned? Are you stocked up? You ready to go?
I'm going to grab a few odds and ends tomorrow and then just kind of see how things go through the weekend. I'll be around quite likely through the weekend. So if there's something to air, we can certainly take a look at that.
Yep. We Saturday, I've got a big family reunion. So a bunch of people coming in town. So it's about the worst timing ever. Guys, I'll say this. I'm a family guy. Family is like, God, family. It's super important to me. And so when it comes to family stuff, I lock in. I lock in for you guys, but I also, I'm being there for my mom, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it'll be a good time. And huge shout out to my grandpa. He was just in the hospital, but he got a pacemaker, so everything's all good. So please, if you got any prayers, direct them. Papa, your way. I got you, Papa. If you're watching the stream, let's go. Massive W's in chat to Papa. And you know what, chat? If you have anyone like that you're having a family member that's in the hospital or something, I pray for you guys too. God, please be with everyone in our stream and all of their family members. Amen. So we are going to have a live stream possibly tomorrow. Friday nights up in the air. Saturday night I'll be with family. Sunday, who knows? We're gonna play it by ear. But this storm that we're talking about is going to continue for the next several days, and tomorrow I will have much better information. Kyle, any final words from you, brother? Anything you're watching? Any sort of trends you're going to watch for the 0Z models?
I'm actually watching the 0Zs come in right now, or one of them anyway.
What, the GFS?
NAM.
Ooh, the NAM. Okay, we're going to start to get some of the NAM, the HER, all that good stuff the next day or two. Oh, yeah. Kyle, that's like the hat. That's like the hat that the chat was putting on me.
Yeah.
You're going to put it on your head. It's like
I got yelled at not to do that because my big head will stretch it out.
Kara would not like that. She
No.
would not like that. Oh, man. All right, Kyle. Well, anything else, brother?
No, that's it, I think.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, tonight was fun. I had a great time. Dan, Kyle, thank you for joining me. And chat, thank you all for joining me on this lovely Friday night. I would play Outbreak, but I got my pizza coming. I've been doing weather since I woke up at 7, made some weather content till 9. Then I went to work from 9 till 5 because I'll wake up and schedule a bunch of stuff throughout the day so that I can, content will come out as I work. But during the day, I'm locked in working. I get off at 5:30, and then I get ready for this show. So I'm going to go get some sleep. I'm going to go rest. But trust me, I'll be back at it tomorrow. Guys, thank you for joining me, okay? I'm here in the Cat 5 Command Center. Living life. Thank you all. Hopefully all of you have a wonderful night. I am going to be sending the snow your way. Hopefully you get big snow. Hopefully you don't get ice. If you get ice, I'm sorry. If you get snow, let's go. If you get rain, it's just not your day. Cold's coming. Snow's coming. Ice is coming. It's going to be a big weekend for the weather. That's all I got, guys. Find someone. Tell them you love them. Tell them you care about them. Do something nice for someone today. Oh. This is Stormcat 5. And I'll see you on the next one. Kyle pulled up the maps tonight. Snow and ice, all glowing bright. Agent Dan leaned in real slow. He said, yeah, this one's going to go. Freezing rain on the southern side. Snow piling up where the cold air rides. One wrong move, one temp change. Forecast serious and slick real strange. Ice on the streets, snow in the trees. Winter storm watches as far as you can see. Forecast so serious, but Chad behaves until they start talking up beavers again. Kyle says, focus up. He said Danon's power lines are going to go up. Models stack up hour by hour. Winter showing off a mighty power. But right on cue, like every show, a beaver pops up in the radar glow. Tail in the snow, hat on tight, surviving the storm like a champ. Tonight, ice in the streets, and the storm watches everywhere that you can't see them in splotches. Danger on the road, yeah, cold that stings. And beavers photoshopped into everything.